According to Social Blade, Piper Rockelle's income comes to around $50,000 per month, or $600,000 per year. And this is likely the poorest her channel has ever been. Over her 9 years on the platform, her net worth has broken 8 digits, which puts her among the top 6% of earners globally. The most significant part, however, is that Piper is only 17 years old, which means that she has earned this generational wealth before even breaking adulthood. And on top of this, considering that in every video she looks like she is having the time of her life, everything about this channel seems to be perfect. But like everything in life, the Piper Rockelle channel has a dark side, which isn't highlighted as much as it should be. From openly looking up to OnlyFans models like Sophie Rain as an idol, to fap tributes being posted about her without her consent. This is a rabbit hole that needs to be uncovered, so after days of research, I'm going to be doing this job. So my fellow Ice Cubes, let's talk about the dark side of Piper Rockelle. Now, believe it or not, Piper Rockelle hasn't always uploaded disturbing content, and if we go back in time, we can actually find some pretty innocent videos. From Piper getting a pet turtle to a vlog at her birthday party, people couldn't help but support this girl who seemingly loved doing YouTube. However, it didn't take long for all things to switch up for the worst. Piper's history of suggestive content goes all the way back to when she was just 11 years old, when she introduced her boyfriend, Hayden, to the channel. This was through a video titled 24 Hours Handcuffed to My Boyfriend, and the title alone was just too suggestive for comfort. In this video, as the title clearly tells us, Piper and Hayden are handcuffed together, but of course, this is just the surface. After clicking on the thumbnail, I hope to see some innocent humor, like the duo arguing over what toys to use or something like that. But sadly, the following clip happened very early into it. I'll play it right now.
What do you mean? How am I gonna get dressed? How am I gonna take a shower?
I didn't. Hayden, did you think about? I didn't think about that.
No, I didn't think that through.
Bringing up the strange topic of showering together at 11 years old was something I found kind of creepy at the time, but what makes this even weirder was that the parental figure, who was likely Hayden's dad, encouraged this conversation and actually engaged with it. I understand that this content was most likely scripted, if you couldn't already tell, but it's a really suggestive topic, and this is a child in a YouTube vlog, and it's something that I couldn't really skip over. So once the family saw how many views and more importantly how much money this video generated, they started to upload all sorts of unneeded boyfriend related videos, and they were all just disturbing as each other. From Piper spending the night in her boyfriend's bedroom, in which had a kissing emoji in the title, by the way, to recreate the famous Instagram photos in revealing clothes, it was not hard to notice that something was up. I'm not sure about you, but I think the hard drives of everyone watching these videos need to be checked, because who would want to watch a preteen spending their time with their boyfriend? It genuinely does make me curious that some people out there find this garbage entertaining. We're only getting started though, and these things become much worse from now on. From hinting to joining an OnlyFans creator house called the Bop House, to a lawsuit literally being filed against Piper's mom, this spiral will get deeper and deeper. Now, from what we've already discussed about the Piper Rockelle channel, you know that it has a lot of issues in the past. But what if I told you that one evil woman was behind all this? And no, it wasn't Piper herself. In fact, the woman behind the suggestive child content found herself under huge legal trouble regarding her treatment towards children. And it was Piper's mother. Around 1 year ago, when Piper was just 15, a lawsuit was filed against her mom, Tiffany Smith, for several charges, with the main one being financial exploitation. These charges were raised by former friends of Piper who actually participated in a good portion of her videos. Of course, these friends were children, and they claimed that whilst the filming of the channel, they were abused physically, emotionally, and sexually, which are some extremely serious allegations that called for real action. So I'm going to be specifically diving into the sexual abuse allegations, because I think that's the most relevant to the point I'm trying to make. So Tiffany would allegedly shout suggestive things to the children, force them to wear tighter, revealing clothes, and finally manipulate them to do the strange things that they did on camera, like kissing and dancing.
They accused her of exposing them to a physical, emotional, verbal, and sometimes sexually abusive environment.
All of our innocence was just swiped from us.
She would run around and say sexual things to you.
Were you ever asked to pose provocatively or to wear things you were uncomfortable wearing?
Oh yeah, Tiffany would always tell me to go up into Piper's closet and get something that's more tight and revealing.
The lawsuit lasted a full year and was actually settled recently for $1.85 million, which likely didn't even put a dent in Tiffany's bank account. So I'll let you guys decide whether or not this was a good punishment for the woman in the comments, because honestly, I don't know for sure. As I previously mentioned, this is still the very beginning of a deep rabbit hole, from direct ties with Sophie Rain to literal tributes posted about the present is the worst Piper situation has ever been, and seemingly nobody is talking about it. Today, Piper has reached 17 years of age, and not only could her content get any weirder without breaking YouTube's terms of service, not only is her clothing the most suggestive and revealing it has ever been, but she also provides very suspicious thumbnails, making suggestive TikToks, and even wanting to join an OnlyFans content creation house called the Bop House, which I will get into later. For now, I want to talk to you about arguably the most weird, disgusting, and horrible thing about this whole thing. FAP tributes. Now, if you don't know what a FAP tribute is, brace yourself, because this is beyond horrible. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you should bless your soul, because you are lucky. However, I will be taking that luck right back off of you and explaining. A FAP tribute is a short video compiling a person like hottest moments, basically, and in some cases they gain hundreds of thousands of views. However, what is the point in these compilations, you may ask? It's to beat your meat. Some of them even have a beat or like a metronome that you're supposed to fap to, which makes it more concerning, like thinking about how much thought goes into them. What makes these tributes so vile and disgusting, though, is the fact that unlike sites such as The Hub, these people haven't sold their souls to The Hub or OnlyFans, so random creators sell their souls for them. All you need to do is search up the term FAP tribute, and all sorts of famous people such as Brooke Monk, Tennessee, and Livy Dunn come up immediately, encouraging the audience to, quote-unquote, have some fun. Some random creep in a random country on a random phone decided to make all of these videos without the woman even knowing, for degenerates to take the pleasure out of. It is generally horrific, and YouTube should definitely start to take them down. Now, you are likely wondering how this ties into Piper Rockelle's story. Well, unfortunately, some of these tributes have been made about her. Just look at all the old men typing what time they finished to her in the comments. I honestly feel sickened. This pair with the fact that Piper is just 17 years old, with some of the clips featuring her at a younger age, means that this content is extremely close to cheese pizza and has to be stopped. YouTube needs to do something about it, and as hard as it is to say though, Piper is doing all of this to herself. With her provocative and suggestive videos, surely she is asking to be objectified in this way. Well, this has been confirmed with a recent content creation house being formed called the Bop House, and she wants to join it. The Bop House is essentially a content creation house, similar to like the Phase and the Hype House. The goal of the Bop House is to assemble a group of OnlyFans models who can live together, make content, and have fun. The first time I discovered the Bop House was when I decided to bat an eye at it, because I dislike covering overly discussed topics here, but when I saw the following TikTok, I had to dig deeper. Straight after seeing this, I knew something was up, because why would the group even reference a minor? I decided to read some of their past comments, and it turns out that the fans were actually asking the house to invite Piper. Eventually, amidst all my research though, I found a horrible TikTok, and this is where things become really dark. It turns out that the minor actually mentioned the Bop House first. The song in the background of this video was one of the theme songs for the Bop House, and Piper was also wearing their signature pajamas, so this was obviously an audition for the house. Now, I just want to say something now. A 17-year-old auditioning for an OnlyFans team just shows the direction that our society is heading towards, and fortunately the house rejected Piper, although they had no choice, but I would not be surprised if they let her slide right in when she turns 18, which is why we need to not let that happen. What I know is that Piper is not going to give up on joining them, because she went on to make another horrible video after being rejected, and in the end she confessed something really bad.
Outfit, because obviously it's cute and stuff like that, but it looks very much close to like the things that Sophie Rain was like, she was like doing the dance thing in the Bop House, and I just like want to say, like, I've been your fan for like before any of like all this crazy stuff. I literally, the thing is like saw how beautiful, like she just like it was crazy. Like,
not only is Piper a child, but her audience is too, and is seriously unhealthy to promote these kinds of influencers to the younger generation. She is also censoring comments mentioning the terms Sophie Rain, etc. for obvious reasons, but this just really hides her true colors from her audience, which is just weird. Anyways, I really do hope that the Bop House doesn't invite her when she reaches legal age, because that would most likely come under grooming. YouTube, please stop Piper, and to the people watching this, please help save her, because if we have learned one thing from this video, is that her mother could have been behind all of this. Due to her mother's past, possibility for Piper trying to go down the OnlyFans route is that Tiffany is forcing her to do this. I must state that this is a speculation though, and it is not a fact in any shape or form. This is a major problem on YouTube and they need to fix it, but perhaps they haven't because they have other issues on their hands. One of these issues is the UTTP, a group of bots with a history of scamming, gore, and other concerning matters that I feel I needed to talk about. If that interests you, feel free to click on this video right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.